Hello. Welcome to MindBody TV. I am so excited to be back from our summer vacation. I'm so excited to be here live with you to connect. I have an amazing topic today about free from fear, how to exit the matrix. And fear really is false evidence appearing real. We do not need to be afraid. And the more we clamp down into that fear, the more we try to control, the more we enter the matrix. We lock ourselves in. And that is because your mind makes it real. So, welcome here today. I would love to hear where you are joining from. I'm Dr. Kim Duramo. For those of you who are not familiar with me or my work, I am a physician who is sharing about mind body medicine because I have found this to be the major key to unlocking the healing capacity of the body, to unleashing our power to create, and to really connecting us back to the mothership of source that creates us, what we came from, what everything is created from, and letting it be a more pure creation so our lives, our health, everything can return back to the true nature that we are. So welcome here. I'm so excited to have you. I would love to hear where you're joining from. I know we have people all over the world, so it's really exciting. I'm also broadcasting today in Instagram. So in addition to MindBody TV Live, which we share in the YouTube channel, Dr. Kim Duramo, and the MindBody community in Facebook, of course, which is where our mentors are to assist you with our course materials and assist you in integrating this work more fully. This is where we're live. So hello, and hello to everybody here in Instagram. Hello from South Africa. That is exciting. Germany. Oh, Germany as well, right behind it. That's so cool. Southern California, New York, Toronto, Colorado, Kansas, Michigan, Jersey, Mike, Cape Cod. I got to see Kelly over the summer. UK, Alberta, Canada. Awesome. Great to have you guys here and everyone who's listening to the recording. So I want to start off. I took a few notes because this was such a rich topic and I'm super excited about this. The first thing we need to understand when understanding how to be free from fear and how to exit the matrix, and I guess I'll describe what I mean by the matrix. It's like the false reality, the false belief systems. You know, you think, oh, I'm not okay, I'm not safe. Your physiology is going to match what you believe and what you perceive. So, you know, if you're like walking along the trail and you spot what looks like a snake and your system goes, ah, and it clamps down into fight or flight. And then you realize, oh, it's just a piece of wood. So your physiology relaxes and restores itself back to normal homeostasis. And that's all well and good to gear you up to run from the dragon or handle a stressful situation. But it's meant to last seconds, maybe a couple minutes. But what happens is those little fake snakes are like everywhere, whether it's you put on the news or you see something on social media or you, for me, it was even just the idea of going into my email was like, this idea, like some threat, some looming doom was there. And I was gearing up for it. I'd feel my stomach clench. I'd feel like pressure in my chest. And then I started realizing, what is that? What it's a subconscious reaction to what's going on. But what is that? Oh, it's because I have this idea, there's some pressure and I'm going to be in trouble, or I'm not going to do enough, or I'm going to have this happen, or I'm going to have that happen. All these subconscious programs keeping the system in fight or flight, clamping down. And so the body, instead of living in, it's just a piece of wood, I'm safe, let me take my hike, is constantly living in this adrenaline rush, clamp down, sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight state that destroys our health, destroys our ability to create and manifest, and it destroys our ability to see what's real. That's the biggest thing, is the false evidence appearing real. So it really looks like, but I am about to be threatened, or, but there is no money in my account. I really do have no time. And so we'll argue for the limitation over and over and over and over, arguing for the limitation. You don't understand. I really do need to be in high alert, fight or flight, because I am under a continuous threat. And like we believe this subconscious matrix, right? It's like a subconscious programming. And so if you are interested, and let me know if you are, in being vibrantly healthy with ease, that just, wow, health just comes to me, energy just comes to me. I'm a great receiver for it. Having time to enjoy your life, like, oh, I can take my time. I love what I'm doing, and I can take my time to enjoy this. Having resources come in. If you're not a great receiver, if you're clamped down in fight or flight, you are not going to receive the resources even when they're right there. And you really will perceive it as if you are in lack. It's going to show up as true. And so having the resources show up, oh, I'm provided for. Oh, yes, thank you. Perfect timing. I would love that. And you let the resources in. So these are the things we're going to unwind and unlock when we exit the matrix. And so the first thing to notice about when you're in the matrix is it's very complex. So whether you have some weird disease and it's like, oh, I got to see this practitioner, but they're in like this other, yeah, I got to take a plane and I have to pay a lot of money and I have to do this and I have to that, but it doesn't feel fluid. Like it just feels it's out of your reach, or have to work really, really hard for it. Or it's like almost kind of there, but not really. All the work you're doing isn't really creating the ease and the result. That's the complexity. Right? So you want to notice that, like, wait a minute, this seems awfully complex, and just do a little pause. And I'm going to teach you the pause in a minute. But that's the first part about noticing in the matrix, right? Things seem complex. It's like this convoluted hamster wheel of, I got to do this and I got to do that. And I got to, no, you don't understand. I have to keep going. You're going to argue for the limitation because you're going to believe it. You're going to have the emotions and really feel like it's true. And you're going to see the evidence of it, right? That's the matrix. It's what you believe, what you feel, and what you see and experience, right? It's made up of those three things. And so in every moment, you're either giving energy to the matrix or reclaiming that power for your true self. So that's the complexity. The second piece of noticing you're in the matrix is the power is always outside of you. Like there's the healer, there's the doctor, there's the guru, there's the real thing, or it's in the future. Well, when I finally make enough money and then I can have blah, 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 then we'll be all set. Or if you find yourself saying things like, oh, I'm so busy. You're in that outer power. It's in the future. Because otherwise, why would you like run on that hamster wheel and stay busy? You'd just be in the now, in the bliss of this moment, engaging in this moment fully. So if you notice this, I'm busy, I'm overwhelmed, there's that outer power or future result that's getting projected. That's another characteristic of the false matrix. The next piece, I got like 4 major pieces I wrote, is a hierarchy, right? I'm inadequate, but then someone's going to tell me what to do. So in this paradigm of medicine I've been in, it's like, you're the doctor, please help me. And you buy into this powerlessness, helplessness, but the hierarchy has an answer for you. So similar to number 2, you're outsourcing your power. There's someone out there that does have it. So if you're in this like hierarchy, well, I can't because my boss told me to, blah, 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 or I have to, otherwise my kids will starve. And you're always in this like victim, you're in hierarchy, right? You don't need to make it wrong. Just notice you're in the matrix. There I am in the matrix again. Things are complex. The power is outside of me or in the future. And this is this hierarchical thing where like someone else needs to, something needs to happen in order for me to be free, right? So you could also say in this point 3, it's conditional. It's conditioned on some outer thing, some hierarchical authority. And we saw in the last few years how well this played out to show us where we've been living in hierarchy, right? Like, well, we're not going to think for ourselves, but we're going to centralize all the thinking over there. And you guys figure it out and tell us what to do. And it was kind of a mess. Because this idea of like a centralized power, right? Like all of medicine is centralized, all of money is centralized, all of the education is centralized, and then we're like supposed to just follow it, actually doesn't work to create prosperity and health. Awesome. Good to know. Good to have lived that. Let it play out so that we can see, If I'm in hierarchy, there I am in the matrix. Remember, false evidence appearing real. And then the last thing I wrote was, AGH, versus, When you are in your true nature, there's ease, A-A-H, A-H-H-H-H-H. So there's an there's a freedom, there's a flow. I am resourced. Doesn't mean I'm not working. Doesn't mean I'm not engaged. Just means, here we go. I think I should write this down because it's kind of funny. So to So can we let ourselves live in the even when it appears to be, feels like, and we believe it's right? So you're going to, I'm just going to write it down. You're going to believe, think it's true. You're going to feel and sense that it's true, and you're going to see and experience the matrix. Whew, it shows up everywhere, but you've got to pause and go, wait a minute, is this actually true? And the only way you can know that is to come back to your nature. And we're going to do this here. I am conducting a free workshop so that you can move from complexity, overwhelm, lack, exit the matrix, and reconnect with your true nature. Because from there, everything will show up to reflect that. So if you go to drkimd.com/workshop, you can register for that. It's going to be more of an intensive workshop experience that we will be doing to show you how powerful this is, some of the science behind it, and some really powerful tools for creative manifestation power, right? You got to get your power back from the matrix first. Got to get out of fear. So the fascinating thing I found in medicine is like you could have 50 different diagnoses, 100 different ailments. You've seen so many different practitioners and specialists with all kinds of different diagnoses. Maybe there's several medications on board, and these all appear to be separate things, right? Like you got this disease, you got that disease. Over here in your hand is this disease. Over there in your foot is this other disease. But the truth is, to access the health, it's one thing. And that's not even mentioning like, well, that's my health, but then I've got this relationship debacle and my money situation and oh my God, my work. It's like all separate things. But that's all the matrix. All of it resides in that false reality, the false evidence appearing real. Remember, you're walking down the hiking trail, you see what looks like a snake. And you may just run and think, I almost got eaten by a snake. Oh my God, it was awful. And you may carry for the rest of your life, I'm never going outdoors again because I could die, right? But if you pause and you realize, oh, wait a minute, it's just a stick. That's so awesome. Here I go. And you continue on your way. There are way more sticks than snakes. And when you stay in presence, you actually have the capacity to escape or run away from whatever. The snakes, you don't have to live in fight or flight in order to just keep trying to avoid them. You can live in presence and you will always handle everything that comes your way. So that's the truth about your nature. And the powerful thing is there's one way out. It's to remember, I'm going to unplug from the matrix. All these things happening. Oh my God, it's a disaster. And then I have this diagnosis. Oh, and that guy said that. And I have to do this. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just unplug. Soon as I unplug, we let it dissolve and something new shows up. And this goes back to what I said in the beginning of this video is the technology of your body. You are a creative power. You're an electromagnetic field constantly sending out signals that have an impact on the physical material of reality. The physical material world is impacted by your electromagnetic field. And so if you're ready to step out of that fear where it's just creating more snakes, more dragons, more problems, and you're ready to step into the true, my nature, you will see something very different show up. You will allow something new to be created, which will look like solutions. In the first few moments, it might just feel 2% more ease. Whoa, still thinking things are bad. It still feels uncomfortable and still get these situations showing up, but it's 2% lighter. And then as you stay in that, let it percolate, let it marinate, you'll see these things shift. You'll start to feel different. You start to have a different awareness, what you think about things, and you'll start to see situations change, sometimes very, very profoundly and very quickly. All right, I'm going to, before I get to how we reconnect, I'm going to look at some questions. So again, the workshop is at drkimd.com/workshop. I will put it here in the notes. And you can go there now to subscribe for that workshop and register for free. Yes, you will receive a recording, but you've got to be registered for that in order to access the recording. Patty, what if we never feel we're in fight or flight, but our subconscious is there all the time? Yeah. So sometimes we're disconnecting from what we're feeling. We're like numb or just like, it's good. I'm good. Everything's fine. And from the outside in, anyone could see like, she's really not fine. Or most people are like, okay, I totally believe you because I'm doing the same thing, pulling it off, and we're all not fine. But as soon as we soften, touch your body, enter even just a little bit more presence, we'll become aware. Sometimes even crying because it's so painful. When we become aware of our pain, when we touch the body, we decrease cortisol levels, which is something that could really disconnect us from feeling anything. So we decrease that so we come back into sensation. We increase oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone. It allows you to feel the moment and feel yourself. Wow, I have so much compassion for my sweet self. I've been so scared. Right now, I get back in my body. I'm here. And sometimes it can bring tears because we realize like, wow, I've really been suffering. And so that's what lets the nervous system shift out of fight or flight. But it really does take coming back into presence. So that pause. So that's, the ABC tool in the instant elevation, soften the body, because that's what lets you back in. So A is awareness. You want to have awareness of what's really going on. Yeah, I want awareness. Give it to me. Let me read another book. Let me go to another course. Let me do another thing. Okay, I have awareness. But it's all coming from fight or flight. It's all coming from disconnection. We'll never have any awareness of anything. We might be way smarter, way more books, way more information, but just as much disconnection, if not more. So let go of that for a moment and just feel the body. Feel the ah. And even as I say that, you may be aware of the lack of ah. You may be aware of like ah. That's the same thing. Becoming aware, becoming present, tapping in. It will do the same thing. So just invite in awareness. That's the first piece. 3 steps. Okay. Christine, that happened for me with nutrition and health. So complex. So many things to learn, do, follow, purchase. I realized my vibration of thinking was doing and gifting myself was the best thing. I realized my vibration of thinking I was doing and gifting myself, the best thing was the medicine. Yes. So that's being, in fact, when I work with people live, we have a small group mentorship, Be the Medicine. This is what we are starting next month in September. This is what we focus on, is to elevate your frequency so that you reconnect with your power. So how many have felt like Christine, like, oh my gosh, that is exactly what happened with me. Things got more and more complex. The more I tried, the more like I had to do. Or feel like Patty, like I'm not even feeling it. I know I'm in fight or flight, but I don't really feel what's happening. Can you relate with that? Vicky, I feel really isolated. I'm looking for my community. Yep. And it feels really scary. This is exactly it. When we're in the false matrix, it's going to be like, always almost there. So we keep going. We stay on that hamster wheel. So we've got to let that go in order to have anything else, something different show up. I'm afraid I'll never find it. How do I disconnect from fear? in order to truly connect with my people. Good. This is a good one. We're going to discuss that in a minute. Patty, yep, I have tons of books, watch tons of videos, always trying. Yeah. So everyone take a deep breath, because some of you here are in that state now. You might as well just drop in. What did I actually come for? Sometimes I'll do that. I'll be like, I'm going to watch the video, but it's like, oh wait, what is it I actually came for? I came to have a deeper connection with love, joy, power. I came to really shift my life into a whole different frequency. I came for something beyond what I've currently understood. And you can't let that in from the outside in. Only value you can have from watching this video is that it encourages you to connect from the inside out, and that you then make that choice to begin living connected from the inside out. So if you would like to join me for the workshop, we'll go further into that. If you are ready to join my small mentorship group and you would like to really unleash your creative power, whether it's as a coach or mentor or a healing practitioner, or just someone who knows, wow, I'm here to be of greater contribution, or you've felt like Vicky has, like, how come this isn't manifesting? I want to live in my world with my people. Where does that come from? It comes from a connection that takes place in you. Many people, as they awaken on this journey, realize, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I want to share this with others. I want to have deeper meaning and purpose in my work. And that's really what this work is about with the Be the Medicine program, where I'm working with people live over the course of 4 months to shift their vibrational frequency physically, mentally, emotionally, and in their body, shift their relationship with the matrix, because you can't reject it. What you resist persists. But you can come into a harmony that releases it. And now you're free to create. So for everyone here watching, what is your vision if you could wave a magic wand of what you would create if you really had unlimited power and you really had unlimited clarity and inspiration? What would you create? And the reason I say if you could wave a magic wand is because that immediately gets you beyond your belief systems. Because your belief systems will say, well, I know I can't, blah, blah, blah. So I guess I would, da, 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 da. And then you get like the watered down version of that vision. And so in the workshop and in those working with me in the Be the Medicine program, we're going to really meta that, where you activate that vision and release everything in the way, which is like doubt, fear, so that you can live that vision. You are here to create that vision. It doesn't come from nowhere. Your inspiration is imprinted on your heart. And if you're listening, you will feel it. And it will either feel like inspiration or desperation, depending on where you are right now. That one Barbie doll, I did your anxiety and depression program. I just had to say, this was the beginning of my healing journey. I'm so grateful to you and your teachings. Thank you, beautiful, beautiful soul. Yeah, it takes a lot to open to work like this and to exit the matrix and find the because it requires us to believe, to release a lot of what we believe is true. It requires us to let go a lot of what we've been holding on to that we think we need, or we think it's protection, but it's actually toxic and it's killing us. So are you ready to release what is in the way of you creating that dream? Jessica said, I feel so frozen with fear during the day. I'll just stop and stare off for long periods of time. Yeah, so living in that kind of dysfunctional state where you're not really engaging in conscious creation, because it freeze, right? Fight, flight, and freeze. That's the sympathetic nervous system. That's the fear, false evidence appearing real. But what if you realize, like, oh, wait a minute, it's not actually a threat. It's just a stick. What if it's actually a gift? I feel you on that, Patty. Trying is exhausting. Patty, I would create a state where I'm never focused on the body, which will enable me to do whatever I want, go wherever I want, and feel free. Never focused on the body. Interesting. So what if we sort of heighten that a little, where being in my body feels free, and I'm free to create in my body, right? Instead of I'm never focusing on my body, what if I'm in so much harmony with my body that we're free? I'm free to be in my body. I'm free to create in my body, and I'm free to live in my body. So you want to include the body because we are in this state of physicality, and what you resist persists. If you make that wrong or reject that or try to overcome that whole physicality, you forget it. It's never going to happen, right? The mind makes it real. What you resist persists. So for everyone here who's watching or listening to the recording, that is the most important step, is what is my vision? If I could wave a magic wand and I really did have unlimited power, and I really did have unlimited clarity and inspiration, what would I create? It's in you. It's already imprinted on your heart. It's up to you to allow the doubt and the fear to get out of the way, right? And tap into it. So that first step, A, soften the body, right? Awareness, bring your awareness back to your body. You got to soften to begin to feel, oh yeah, I've been so scared. Oh, wow, I felt so heavy and oppressed. Whatever it is that comes up for you, you've got to bring awareness. So that's the first step. Breathe in the lightness. That is step B. Step B is to allow that in. Let that lightness in. Let it come into your body, into your embodiment. Well, thank you, Kelly. Dottridge said, Be the Medicine. It was such a powerful program. It expanded my awareness of my limiting feelings. I felt so insecure when I started, and when I finished, I felt so empowered in all areas of my life. Thank you for sharing. I know more people are going to share about this in the workshop. So whether you're coming to work with me live or coming to the workshop live, you're going to receive this. You're going to receive what you're here for. And Kelly, will you share some of the specifics? Like, how did your life change? How did your relationships change? Because I know you saw a lot of specific things show up that before were just eluding you. Having your community, I think as Vicky was saying, where do I find my people, my soul family? And so how do we allow that in? It's always from the inside out. So, all right, A, B, and then C. A is awareness, B is shifting our breathing, and C is connecting to source. You do not need to stay connected to the matrix to overcome and solve the matrix and then be free. It's never going to happen. It can't happen because that false matrix is a hamster wheel. You're never going to get there. You're never going to get there. It's a hamster wheel. So where are you going? More hamster wheel. Let's run the hamster wheel faster. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that. You're still on the hamster wheel. So once you see that, oh, it's a total hamster wheel. The more I invest in it, the more complexity. The faster I run, the faster it goes, right? It's always going to just create more chaos, more complexity, more outer authority oppressing me with power over me. It's just going to create more. So how do I unplug? I've got to do this process. Bring the power back, breathe in the light, and then connect to source, right? What is source? Well, this is a whole longer topic. And in all of my programs, whether it's the Instant Elevation or the Mind-Body Solution for Anxiety and Depression that someone mentioned, or the book, just starting with the book, the Mind-Body Toolkit, 10 tools you can use anywhere, anytime to connect back to source and activate self-healing. Easy. You have this in you. It's within you. And these tools help you immediately access. So find the tools that are nutritive to you. Let go of the tools that just keep you running on the hamster wheel and the matrix. And so the C, the third piece of connect back to source, choose. You can't do that before you do A and B, because then you're just on the matrix and you're choosing more matrix. You've got to connect back. So just raise your shoulders up and then let them go. Breathe everything out. You're 2% more in freedom. You're 2% more at ease. This will shift your nervous system out of fight or flight, back into the parasympathetic rest, digest, relaxation phase. It lets the brain start to work differently. You see things differently. It lets the physiology start to work differently. And very importantly, it shifts your electromagnetic field. Because you not only are in an electromagnetic field, right, like radio waves all around you, you also are in electromagnetic fields, sending messages. Ooh, sorry, just got a phone call. Sending messages out to everyone and everything around you. That message is a transmission, and it's a very powerful signal that affects the physical material world around you. And so connect back to source, disconnect from the egoic identity and the belief systems. We'll be doing more of this in the workshop. And for those of you who are really ready to revolutionize your life, you are invited to work with me live in the Be the Medicine program. The registration is officially open. It's at drkimd.com/BTM. It is not only for practitioners or those creating a business to begin to share this truth. It is for anyone who's ready to exit the matrix and create a lifestyle based in your true self, and not chasing around the false self, trying to live that identity and make it work. It will never work. So you can just receive, it's never going to work. So I might as well let it go. And what else is possible? And so we will open your system to those new possibilities. They don't come in until you soften. So you're not going to see them first. You're not going to have it first. You've got to first soften, stop, pause before something new can come in. And that is what I will guide you through. So, drkimd.com/BTM is the link for that mentorship program. Matrix is just a simulation. It's the map. Well, it's the way the technology works, the technology of your body, the technology of the world we're in. It's all in connection. There is nothing wrong with this world. It is showing up perfectly to express and outpicture the fear, powerlessness, and hierarchy we have bought into and put our attention on. So the more you keep putting your attention on hierarchy, right? And I've got to win, I've got to do this, let me just overcome. It's this competitive nature. The more you create that hierarchy, the more you create that outer power. So yikes. We don't need to do that anymore. So let's make a change, right? It starts within you. And if you are truly ready, let me know, right? Say, I'm ready. I'm ready to live differently. I'm ready to remember. I'm ready to pause and consider. So something new can come in, something from source consciousness instead of matrix consciousness, instead of fear consciousness, false evidence appearing real. Let it be a fun game, because that's what life is about. It's about creation. You're here to create, but do you want to keep creating from that frequency of fear, or do you want to allow something higher that maybe you don't yet understand to come through you and create it for you? It will show you. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I am ready. All caps. Thank you. Outback. Kelly, Danielle. Ooh, got the book, Kim. Brilliant. What number is this ABC tool? That is actually in, I think it's chapter 2. Did a great summer series on this. It is tool number 2. Dos. And it's called Remember Your ABCs, because that is about the instant elevation tool. Awaken, breathe, conscious choice, right? Reconnect. Sandy, I don't know what is my heart's desire. Yeah, we can't know it from fear functioning. We can't, and we never will. We can only surrender 2% at a time to allow the higher mind to come in. It will show us. It's easy. It's who you are. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I'll be here every week at 11 a.m. live for MindBody TV, in the MindBody community in Facebook, in my YouTube channel, Dr. Kim Duramo. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe in YouTube right now, and you can share this link with anyone you love, or with several people you love, because it will truly enlighten and inspire the world. Is this what you want to create more of? So share it. And I will see you all for the workshop in a couple weeks. It's at drkimd.com/workshop. I love you. I'm so grateful for our connection and our community. And I'll see you soon. Bye.